to another episode of Bridgerton. This is season 3, episode 5. You know, nobody told me that the second half of this dropped, y'all. I thought you guys were gonna be on top of it and let me know, let a brother know, but nobody did. I don't even know how I found it, that it dropped the second half of it dropped. I think I saw it on Rotten Tomatoes, because that's my go-to. Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb is literally my go-to for almost everything. Plus, I have, well, let me leave that alone. Hair flip. Anyways, let's get into this episode since nobody let me know that the damn thing dropped. Overall, I feel like this first half of it was amazing. And it seems like it's very mixy this season. A lot of people, there's some people that like the writing. There's some people that do not. There's some people that like how they're focusing on Penelope and Colin. There's some people that actually hate that they're not being focused on too much. There's some people that just feels like it's just not giving. And there's some people that love the season. So I actually really like it. I love everything about it. So that's just my stance. But everybody has their own opinions, and over here is a safe space, honey. So feel free to comment down below what you think about this season. I love y'all's opinion. Ciao. Mr. Gold Mike, it's about that time for that intro, so we can get into this reaction. Without further ado, let's jump into Bridgerton and find out exactly what the show has got to give. Scribbling, gentle music playing. I'm Penelope.
Dearest reader, this author likes it most when there is a surprise.
I do not want to see these two have sex at all.
One part secrecy and one part speed. The announcement came with great speed indeed.
We are engaged. Hyacinth, I do not think Penelope can breathe.
I am delighted for you both.
Thank you, Lady Bridgerton.
I cannot believe you should be married before I'm old enough to go to one tavern with you.
Excuse me.
Let me, please.
For how long has this been going on?
It's very new. I'm just as surprised as you are.
For how long have you had feelings for him?
Eloise.
Does he know that you are Whistledown? Colin is not like Lord Debling. He will not be gone for years at a time. He will find out.
I just need a little time to find the right moment, but I will tell him you have my word. She's upset, understandably.
Will be well. I'm sure of it.
It is surely a wonderful time for the happy couple.
Look at the storm brewing. Wow. How does she get it?
Whistledown. You would find her rather common.
It is anything but common to be a lady who speaks her mind. You might want to read this one as well.
It is said that surprise is one part secrecy and one part speed.
To continue reading aloud, Mr. Dankworth.
Instead led to the two of them finding each other.
You had a hand in.
I certainly did not, but I am rather pleased. Needs fresh air when there is fresh gossip.
I let my guard down for 1 week. I can only imagine the analogies Whistledown will see fit to make. Impudent quotation to ridicule me in front of my peerage.
Eye seems to be no longer on the Marquis Samadani and instead on John Sterling, Earl of Kilmart.
Is that all?
I hope you are thinking pure thoughts, considering we are returning to our family home.
And soon to be mother of my child.
Ooh, pregnant.
So much so that I could shout for all of Mayfair to hear!
Oh my dears. Finally you arrived.
You get used to such long journeys if every return was like this.
I read a curious piece of news in Whistledown this morning.
Colin is engaged to Penelope Featherington.
Hyacinth may be the most excited of us all.
It seems we brothers have much to catch up on indeed.
I think of you as the family pet.
That's so unnecessary.
So much going on.
She used me. It leaves me thinking that our entire friendship must have been a ruse to get to him all along.
My parents have told me this morning that they are in the process of arranging a marriage proposal.
What queer.
Is he not on death's doorstep?
Sadly, no.
I would not have gone on and on if I had known your plight.
So it is all right. We can at least use his money to shop and queen over society, like Lady Danbury.
That's sad.
Sounds like quite a life.
Explain. No furtive looks necessary. My feelings for Penelope are not a thunderbolt from the sky. I have known her a very long time. My only foolishness this time was not realizing it sooner.
It's swift because you...
Are you going to duel with your own brother?
You are marrying her, and for all the right reasons, it seems. But tell her.
Very well.
Tell her what? You're tied to the Bridgertons.
This is how I hear of my daughter's engagement.
I did not much feel like announcing the happy news to you.
Happy. Rich, to be sure, but with all his eccentricities, it was a secure match. Thrown that away to play out what? A fancy on the neighbour boy?
Colin cares for me.
Has he told you that he loves you?
Not in those exact words.
Penelope.
Look, I didn't say it either.
Do you not remember how the Bridgertons treated us? Like dogs. Bridgerton boy, using Lord knows what wiles to entrap him.
Excuse me.
Mr. Bridgerton.
Since we are all speaking so freely.
That was not meant for your ears.
I am still speaking. I proposed to her out of love, nothing less. You might see that Penelope is the most eligible amongst you. I advise you not to sully our Bridgerton name by suggesting otherwise. I wanted to show you this before our wedding.
What's this?
It's been in the family a very long time. I know it does not look like much now, but...
We are moving very fast.
Are you concerned that we should not be here alone?
You do not realise how much that meant to me. I said to my mother. No one has ever stood up for me like that.
I will always stand up for you because I love you. Pen, everything I said to your mother is true.
Why does she spin around like that?
You make me feel seen in ways I've never felt seen before. The way your hair cascades down your shoulder.
Oh!
Firmness of your lips parted just so. The softness of your skin.
Oh my God, girl, stop breathing in his mouth. I did not want to see this little girl naked. I don't want to see her naked either. No shame.
You are so beautiful.
Tell me what to do.
Not make that face.
I will do everything.
No.
Touch me.
And she is.
Anywhere.
She's like.
Not yet.
Look at her face. What's wrong with you, girl?
Are you ready?
Is there more?
Should only be this first time.
He's a 1 minute man. I'll be pissed.
Perfect.
You wouldn't know. It's the first time. Just had your season.
Why not?
Because Newton is watching. It's not the appropriate time to tell the family. Not with the betrothal. We can keep our secret a little longer.
You are happy, I hope.
Very happy.
They must plan the best betrothal party ever thrown before they nominate someone else as Viscountess.
I have been playing since I was 5 years old. My sister Daphne had just begun her lessons, and I begged Mama to let me sit with her.
I would certainly rather be awakened by your playing than by my valet. The Viscount is home now, is he not?
Indeed.
Would you be nauseated by the idea of marriage for yourself?
I wish to be married. Very much, in fact. I just hope my husband will not hide my piano stool from me.
I would not dream of it.
Eloise is going through it, y'all.
Cook make extra cinnamon biscuits, Gregory's favorite.
Of course, Mom.
Speak to Eloise. She's going through it, darling.
I have been needing a respite from planning our hospitality. Would still much rather be out riding somewhere. Do not tell your mother. Is your mind on Penelope?
I'm not entirely surprised she kept a secret from me. This is not the first time she has done so. She pairs off. While I too would rather be out riding. Metaphorically speaking, I do not much like horses.
It is why you must talk to Colin. Tell him how you are feeling. There is no better feeling than the truth.
You should know Gregory hates cinnamon biscuits ever since Benedict dared him to eat a whole plate and he threw them up.
Fruit jellies it is.
She's going through it, y'all.
Am I to take it as an insult that Mr. Bridgerton thinks I am preoccupied with standing? And how was I to know that it was a love match between them? It is certainly uncommon.
I'm certain she will understand. You were only trying to protect her. Her connection to the Bridgertons wouldn't hurt at this moment. I told him you weren't here. Spoken into Jack Featherington. He wants to see you again.
Damn. Is she gonna tell the truth to the solicitor?
I hope that's all right for you. I know you're more experienced.
Crazy that the women have to be virgins, but the men could go sleep around.
And there's something I must tell you.
You're not gonna tell him.
Damn, that must be the servants, no doubt, bringing over my personal effects. We can take my carriage across the park. No one will see us.
Lady Danbury, what is it that we are celebrating? The demise of Lady Whistledown. She antagonises no one. She makes no attempt to gloat. She's undefended. And what is your plan, Your Majesty? My royal messengers are marching through the streets as we speak. We are going to have so much fun.
What are they doing? Queen.
Proclamation of the Queen.
Evidence of Lady Whistledown's identity to the palace shall receive a £5,000 reward.
The woman will get the consequences she deserves. Unmasking Whistledown.
You will not try, will you?
I'm certain I will not have to. What did you wish to tell me?
Not now.
Nothing.
His sister. His sister's gonna do it.
We're looking for you.
Oh my god. I hope she doesn't. Eloise, don't do it, girl. You in this gray dress.
Feelings for Penelope.
Oh, in fact, I think I shall stand.
Eloise.
It is strange enough to have...
But I love her. Well, in more ways than I can even express.
Perhaps better you do not try.
You were inseparable.
That's true.
I remember the day. Penelope that, and Penelope and I are going to read Don Quixote, and we are going to be knights.
I was devastated to learn we were not allowed to take fencing lessons.
It would mean the world to me to have your blessing. I know you despise Whistledown as much as I do.
We are delighted by your intentions towards our daughter, Lord Greer.
As my wife, Miss Cowper, will reflect me, we do not flit about town engaged in gossip within the tom. No more than one ball per month, and only if the hosts are of strong moral character.
That sounds delightful.
Of course, I do still expect babies. I would be happy with 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Does no one simply consult the local parish
She doesn't know the
registry
truth.
for her name? She must live somewhere.
That is how you think Lady Whistledown will be discovered?
She shall not be discovered. She's too good at hiding herself.
How did you secure Mr. Bridgerton? Did you find a spell in one of your books?
You were the one.
We have all been acting in an uncouth way of late. I will remind us, Featheringtons support one another. Thankfully, we have your engagement party coming up to allow us our fresh start. We'll give you 2 time to deliberate on how best to amend your behaviour towards your sister.
Rest of London's quick return to old ways. The Queen back on her fruitless hunt for Lady Whistledown. Secret is one that cannot be rushed.
He's learned so quickly.
He's amazing.
Took mine from his mother. Do you not think, Will?
How are your ledgers?
Still emptier than they should be.
You must take some time off this week. Your ledgers will not miss you, but your family will.
Slow down in life. Don't rush and be there with family.
Good evening, gentlemen.
You've truly outdone yourself, sister.
I'll be an Eton man soon. It is high time I begin presenting myself as one.
Well, as a man of the house, you must greet our guests. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, Lord Kent.
Do not take interest in her. I have a new bow and arrow. Would you like to see it?
Decorations are somewhat more grand than I remember, is they not? And here is my son to be.
Lady Featherington.
I deeply regret my earlier comments. Let us put it in the past. Tell your mother how much I love what she has done with the decoration. Are the drinks nearby?
Louise mentioned that Miss Cowper invited herself. I was not sure I could say no, considering.
It's all right.
And all she had to do to get him to marry her was be herself. Did not realize that you were coming tonight.
We ran into each other out promenading the other day. And I invited him.
To the happy couple.
I've been thinking on ways to circumvent his proposal. Will you help me?
She's gonna do something.
Either my brother is the most understanding person ever born, or you have not yet told him. The Queen's rewarded is bound to come out, and when it does, Colin will know I kept it from him as well. I will be merciful and reveal it to him myself. You have until midnight.
Oh, Lord.
So they want it.
It seems you host a hell of a party.
I like her already. I present my brother, Viscount Bridgerton.
I've heard nothing but the highest praise for you, my
I
lord.
must tell them the amusing story you were telling me the other day about the boots.
Well, there was mud, a great deal of mud on them.
Shall we get some refreshment?
They are rather similar.
Francesca could, in fact, use someone to bring her out of her shower.
Perhaps you should take the direct approach for once.
Mock me.
As you rightly mocked me all last season.
We keep missing one another.
Duty of a hostess, I'm afraid.
Well understood.
Good evening, everyone. If you will allow me a few words. Most people, when they fall off a horse, are counselled to get back on it again. It was my atrocious riding that led me to meet Miss Featherington. I look forward to our life together, to knowing each other fully.
Here is to truly knowing each other completely before the clock runs out. The clock of life, of course. Ticks for us all. To your good health. Proud I am of my lovely daughter, Penelope, Featherington Bridgerton family.
You cannot tell if this party needs stronger drinks or weaker ones.
The person who guesses correctly shall take the next turn. The use of the group reveals him or herself.
Oh my god.
Who shall go first?
I like
My
this.
second is conveyed to my first by the company of family.
Conveyed to one's heart by the company of family. Heart's ease, the flower. Third forms a part of the ear. My whole is but a quib.
It's not a conundrum.
Clever.
Very
My first I would venture for.
Venture for, venture in. It is friendship, is it not?
The rest of us to participate in the game as well.
There is a history between these two. Perhaps it will finally be settled.
But you know Daisy finally mounted a horse this week.
She did?
I wish her father were here to see this.
All can lead to pots of gold, ending years of strife.
Rainbow.
You want to hear my plan? To avoid marrying Lord Greer. I'm going to take a flat in Vienna, live my own life with the reward money from identifying Whistledown.
As much as I would love to see Whistledown finally exposed, you will never find her. Find her myself.
And you are far more clever than I.
I'm sorry, please, I cannot do this right now.
I will find a way to obtain that reward.
Such an audience, I should like to share with you three the true story of my muddy boots. A suspicious streak of blood found its way into our home. Myself, the servants, even my mother, chasing this mysterious mud, finally looked down to discover the phantom was, in fact,
Me.
me. Sometimes I miss what is right in front of me. And not Miss Francesca. Her, I saw straight away.
You are right. This is quite a story after all.
My first is nothing but a name. Second, still more small.
I think Lady Whistledown will not be for much longer.
I think she's
Who would pursue a matter as trivial as Lady Whistledown's identity? It all feels vulgar.
I was trying
If
to
she
say...
is unmasked, it will spell ruin for her family.
Certainly any hope of marriage.
She better not say it in front of everybody.
We should tell them tonight.
I thought you wanted to wait.
If I'm honest, I have wished for it to just be the two of us a little longer.
We'll make our way with our child, the way we have always done with each other.
Oh Lord, Penelope.
Such reward is not enough to entice Lady Whistledown to come forward.
Perhaps she would love to be unmasked. The power, the infamy, freedom to do whatever she wants.
And then, of course, there is the fact that she would not have to marry.
But can you imagine living with that secret all this time?
I could not keep that secret for more than an hour. Nor I, surely.
Girl, 12 o'clock, not literally.
Good evening, you've been shirking my day.
Girl.
Holly,
Now, share my feelings.
Holly, I need to tell you something.
Colin, I need to tell
Eloise, please have a servant fetch a cold towel.
We're expecting.
Oh, that is the best news. Like to know who Lady Whistledown is?
She's gonna say the sister.
I am she. I'm Lady Whistledown. And you are right. I can do whatever I want.
I cannot breathe.
Penelope, look at her! Well, girl. I wonder. Okay, so the lady who plays Penelope, I think she's a great actress. I just think that she acts like in this episode, particularly. This is just me telling you guys how I feel. But in this episode, I feel like she's acting way too much, girl. Like, girl, you are giving, girl. Like her sex faces makes you want to be a virgin. Her acting, like her perfectly angled body on the floor. Like, I understand the secret of Lady Whistledown. I understand her living this double life. But damn, girl, like you literally rocked it for 2 seasons as Lady Whistledown, hiding this identity, and you're very smart. So you're telling me you couldn't figure this out, girl? Like, this is just how I think of it. Like, I'm like, oh my God, let there be light. so dark in my room. There is a bright ass light right here, guys. You probably didn't notice the difference, but there is. I'm over here stomping. There's a button on the floor. Anyways, but yeah, I just am like, girl, she was giving, and you know what? It was becoming sort of annoying to me, which is super weird. And I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. I thought that her acting, not the whole entire episode, but in certain parts, like her having sex, like her acting was overacting. And there is such a thing for me, and I'm an actor, right? She clearly made it, so it's working for her. And I'm over here like just talking shit. But I just think that her sex scene was like super creepy. I didn't want to watch it. And it's not, I think she's gorge. I also just don't like sex scenes in any type of movie or TV shows. It creeps me out. I never know what to do. But hers in particular, I also don't know how old she is supposed to be in this show. So I'm gonna look it up while you guys are with me. How old is Penelope in season 3 of Bridgerton? I hope they don't give me the actress. Okay, so she's 19 years old. In season 3, that would make Penelope around 19 years old. And Colin is supposed to be 22. That would make him around 24 years old by the time season 3 rolls around. And 5 years older than Pen, for those wondering. Okay, so there's that. So, I guess, I don't know, the actress looks super young. But regardless, and like the breathing in the face, let me tell you something. That's probably why I haven't made it. Because if we're acting and you breathe it in my face like that, I'm gonna be irritated. Unless they're paying me like millions of dollars, which I'm sure they're doing for them. And then the ending when she's like all over the place, I don't really feel like that was overacting, but the way the character was being written, like, oh my God, the clock strikes 12. Here I go, I'm Cinderella. I gotta tell you something, and you can faint. Girl, let me tell you something. If whatever her name is, someone to see, if she wants to claim she's Lady Whistledown, I would have been like this. Whew, that was an anxiety attack, but I feel better. What's your problem? Like I also know that Eloise knows the truth, but I would have definitely worked my magic somehow. And Eloise, as much as she's threatening to say that she's gonna say something, I don't see her saying something. I think she's just, you know, doing her ones to the two. And she was kind of annoying too as well. Because, you know, somebody said, in one of my reactions, I said that Eloise and Penelope both took advantage of, or both didn't appreciate their friendships to each other, and I still feel that way. And people feel like it's more Eloise. I still feel that way, my opinion. But in this one, like Eloise, like, girl, boop, boop, calm down, girl. Like, you have a while to be mad at Penelope, and I understand you want to protect your brother. But damn, girl, like you going in, honey. And I think she's more mad that she didn't know about her and Colin. And if she cared enough about Penelope in season 1 and season 2, she would have seen that Penelope clearly liked Colin. That's just how I feel, but it is what it is. I still will say, I don't really remember season 2 or 3. I mean, season 2 or 1, but I still think there's a lot going on in this season. I know that I've said it before and other people were saying, no, well, look at the other seasons. I got it. But in this one, I wanted in this episode to be able to focus on Penelope and Colin the vast majority, right? And in the beginning, we got like a little bit of this, that, and the third. But then we're jumping into Francesca. Then we're jumping into a little bit of Kent, Lord Kent. Then we're jumping into Eloise and Penelope, and that going back and forth. Then we're jumping to Kate. Now Kate and what's-his-face is pregnant. Then we're jumping to the mother getting her little feelings on slowly for Lady Danbury's brother. Then Lady Danbury's jealousy. Then we're jumping to the queen. Like, it's just so much. I feel like the person who wrote this season definitely has ADD like I do, and it shows. You can see on my channel I have ADD. There's no hiding it. I'm all over the place with different reactions every other day. And this season and this particular episode, it's clear that the person who wrote this has ADD. And if they don't, child, go to the doctor and see if you are diagnosed. That's That's my opinions. Now, somebody's typing ferociously down below. Listen, I see you, I hear you clicking, clacking on your keyboards. This is my opinion and my opinion only. When I bring down this gold mic, it means I am serious and I am ready to read. Do you want me to bring you to the library and whip out the books, darling? Because I can and I will. Library cards are free and so is this reading. I'm joking, I kid, I love you all here. But I'm just saying there's just too much going on. Slow down, and give me the main story. The main story I want to focus on is Colin and Penelope, and tell Penelope to calm down her acting. Overall, I think this episode was a 9. Now that I bashed it a little bit, it still was very strong. I loved it. It got me to tear a little bit in certain moments, and the drama of it kept me on my feet and kept me on my toes. I'm just a little bit pissed we didn't get a dance scene in this. So there's that. Is her name Clarissa? The blonde? Child, whatever. So yeah, I would give it a 9. I just wish that certain things like Penelope calms down her acting a little bit and also focus. And somebody who has ADD like me, it's so hard to focus because there's so much going on in this episode. But maybe that was obviously how it was intended to be. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. Feel free to comment down below, like, share, and comment as I said already. I'll see you all next time with more reaction.